very powerful. It has helped me forgive everything in my past and heal whatever needed to be healed, and all just, I didn't look into it. The more I looked into it, the less I was able to do it, and the more I had expectations around it. Why? It's like, man, my past life of being in a gang-related world and a drug-related world and all this confusion and pain, I left that life in 2007, 2016, 17. I'm going, why isn't this healed yet? And, well, who created that expectation that it's supposed to be within 2017, that this is supposed to be over? And what part are you looking at that you are giving so much importance to? I've worked on all the guilt that I had, and I've worked on forgiving people. I had an exercise a coach had me do in 2014 or 15, somewhere there, maybe 16 even. And the coach was telling me, because I was really hung up on these past stories, right? I wanted to move forward, and I just couldn't get over my past in so many ways. And the coach said, what really is it? Like you seem like you're hiding something that you're so ashamed about, but you're not really bringing it out. And just tell me, right? There's nobody here. And I was like, oh, okay. I have stabbed people in the neck, and I have done this, and I have done that. And they were like, holy shit, you don't come off as a guy that would stab somebody in the neck. Interesting. Write that down. That coach had me write things down that I have done that I was really, really ashamed of. It was very heavy for me. And then the coach said, call me when you're done. And I called. And the coach said, can you get hold of these people? Call them. Ask for forgiveness from them. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So they slowed me down, because it was like, oh, no, we can't do that. Don't know what they'll say. Don't want to remind them. Don't even know if they're live. What if they're not live? I'll feel even more guilty. Slow down, look at each one, and go and do that. That helped me loosen that up, because I was able to get out of my head and see the evidence. Some people I couldn't get hold of. Some people I did get hold of. And they were surprised, and some people wouldn't receive it well. Some people were like, yeah, right, what is this? What do you want? It wasn't about them or what they say or how they respond. It was about me clearing whatever there is to clear. It loosened up the tight grips that it had on me. However, I wasn't free of it. I wasn't completely free of it. And here's why. I was looking at it as something that needs to be done. And again, there's value in it, right? It loosened me up. Sometimes when you're stuck with something, expression helps. But please don't confuse expression as ultimate freedom. It's not. Ultimate liberation and freedom is to look at where ultimate and liberation and freedom is. And that's in silence. It's not there. So as that helped me loosen up, it didn't free me. What freed me is to look at the source of the universe, not the source of Shenan and his troubles, the source of the universe. Before the planets came into form, that source is within me. What the hell am I looking at an event from 2004 from? That's so small now that it's not a thing. It's completely free. Complete freedom, complete liberation from all of it. Does that come into my mind once in a while and trip me up? Absolutely. Do I care? No. Big difference. But that silence is before the world is formed. Sid and others Christ, Marcus Aurelius, from the year 182. I think that's the year he died. So before that, Socrates, Kodo Sawaki, Japanese enlightened person. All of them say, there's nothing outside of you. The world is inside of you. It is projected in your mind. Now, that's something to just reflect on, not to try and understand. It's a deeper space to point to how within the silence that we are, our body appears and the world appears. It appears within the silence. It's not that there's silence inside of me and outside of me. Like my body is not the boundary between the two. It's that I am everything and my body just happens to be one of the things in it. But I am everything. I am the space within which everything happens. All projections, the world, your life, your past, your best friends, your worst enemies, is all projected in your mind. Your goals and your dreams. The war is projected in your mind. Robert Adams talks about how when you go to sleep, why nothing exists. Nothing exists for you when you're sleeping. There's no war that you're worried about. There's no body even when you're sleeping. Everything is happening in you. There's nothing outside. And there's a Sid quote that I really love that provoked me a lot when I read it first. And he says, there's nothing outside that can harm you. And there's nothing outside of you that can help you, because there is no outside. When I first read that quote, it was literally triggering me as I read it. There is nothing outside that can there's nothing outside that can harm you. I went into this like hopefulness. And the next part of it, there's nothing outside that can help you. I went into this hopelessness. And there's nothing outside. I went into confusion. Don't try and figure the quote out. It's the truth. There is nothing outside. It's all within you. The space in this room and out that room is the same. The room is happening within the space. The space is not happening within the room. The space within and outside is happening within me. The world is happening within me. I'm not happening within the world. My body is happening in the space that I am. The space is not happening inside of my body. Rest in that space and you're back to the default design. You will leave your body alone. Right? You get a cut, you leave it alone, and it heals the best way possible. There is no better way than to leave it alone. No better way. If you get a really deep cut, they will stitch it or staple it. You can see my hand. I don't know if you can see that. I had a war scar, call it. Literally those blue and white veins sticking out. I had to hold them up and go to the hospital like that. They were all just, and they had to staple it shut. They didn't heal it. The staples just assisted the process. It's not them. It's not the doctors that do this. The doctors assist the design. Right? You get a cut, and if you get stitched up, the stitches are assisting the process of healing, but the stitches are not healing it. We all know that when we start looking at it carefully and go, yeah, that's true. You're psychologically messed up. This understanding will assist the default design. It's not the understanding that does it. It's what the understanding is pointing to. This allows us to get out of the way. When we know more of how it works, we step away naturally. We know deep in our hearts that we are not the ones spinning the planet. No one wakes up in the morning and goes, I gotta spin this earth, otherwise shit's gonna be messed up. We gotta spin it properly. Spin it too fast and you have tsunamis. You spin it too slow and you're done. Like, people are dying. You gotta spin the planets, guys. Wake up. Nobody ever does that. Ever. It doesn't matter what confusion they have or how sick they are mentally. They will never take the responsibility to do that because they know it's not their job. But make it their life, and they'll step in and try and do things in their own lives because they will think it's their responsibility. That also is not your responsibility. Step back and let it happen. What level are you willing to let it happen? Sure, I can do that, like, with my body. My body tells me when to go to the washroom. I don't. I'll let that happen. I'm not going to time myself on when to go to the washroom. We understand, right? You can't do that. 2:54, I will go to the washroom. Good luck. Your body is going to tell you when to go, not you. You don't decide that. And you know that. But when it comes to your work, no, you better have a plan. Well, no, that's also taken care of. Are you willing to explore? When it comes to your health, you got to take care of that. That's also taken care of. It's us that mess it up. The general natural way for a body is to move, right? Activity, movement is helpful for the body. I wasn't doing that when my back got pulled, right? I remember a few weeks ago, I was just finished with my back. I couldn't do much. That was me going against the default design. Unintentionally, of course. We don't do this intentionally. But if I was to leave it alone, I would have probably heard some deeper nudges that go, move, get more active. You're getting stiff. Hello? Are you listening? No? Okay, here's a stiff back. You're out for 5 weeks. You're going against the natural design. Now, just like I was guided to look at all the things that I have done that I'm just so shameful of and I can't move forward because I'm hanging on to them, so I should write each one down and call these people and ask for forgiveness and free myself of this. Just like that was helpful. Learning about things is helpful. But it won't free you. Because exactly like that didn't free me, it loosened me up. But what freed me is to realize that all is a projection. All of it is a projection. That's what freed me of that and everything else. And it continues to, right? And I have hang-ups that show up and then reveal themselves to be projections. Just like that, if you abide in silence, all the hang-ups, all the problems, all the disturbances start to free themselves because you're stepping out of the way. You're just going back to what is actually true, what's permanent. It's silence. There's nothing more permanent than silence. The music metaphor, the book metaphor is a great metaphor. It's that there's something permanent within which the book happens. That's called white space. There's something, there has to be a background within which a story occurs. There has to be. The story cannot occur otherwise. There has to be space between notes for music to occur. Music cannot be noticed without that. There has to be. Well, that is within us. That's who we are. That silence, that backdrop within which you yourself, as you call a person, occurs, emerges. You don't cultivate it. It emerges. That's where confidence is. It's not, you don't build confidence. You notice that you're just a projection and you don't take any of your projections seriously, and confidence shows up. If you respect the silence more than anything else in the world or in your world or in your past or in your identity, silence, the backdrop within which every single experience, thought, emotion, every story, every opinion, every preference. Your preferences are made of thought. I like this, I don't like that. Who taught you that? You weren't born with those preferences. You learned them here. Have a looser relationship with your preferences. They're not yours. They're developed from programming. They're not yours. I don't like what this person does. I don't like what that person says. You've been trained not to like that. It's not who you are. You are silence. You let go more. You let things be more. Silence is how you move forward.